you are going to want to use our RC4Magic PC software. It is the way to go to configure devices beyond the simple things that you can get with the button pushes, or certainly you can get to a lot of it with the buttons, but to just be able to see it all on the screen is really great. A graphical user interface makes things so much more straightforward. And you can also configure devices when they're already installed in things. They're in the back of a set, they're inside a prop. This is all pretty great. So understand the concept. We need the computer to turn into the transmitter for your system. And we do that with a dongle. So this is the most convenient way to set up your computer to be a transmitter. The new XStick dongle, it's a Series 3 device, very small, powered by the computer. Just a fabulous way to do this. So the drivers for the XStick are served by Windows Update. So provided you've got an internet connection, you can just plug it in and wait for the time it takes for Windows Update to find those files. If you are in an unusual circumstance where Windows Update is not available or you're not online at the time that you're plugging the device in, you can download the drivers. They're on our website. Windows Update is typically the way to go. So let's just, for the sake of example, here's something you don't actually have to do, but I'm going to bring up Device Manager and show you what happens when we plug in a dongle. So here are all the system categories. There are no ports plugged into this laptop at the moment. But when I go and stick in the XStick, two things happen. You see it's powered up. The yellow LED on the XStick is there. And the computer blinks and updates and shows you that we now have ports. And our dongle is a COM3 serial port. There you have it. So now let's go over to our RC4Magic PC software. And this is where we start. Let's follow through the steps. First of all, we make sure the dongle's plugged in. Then we go and pick the COM port that's for our dongle. If you have more devices plugged in, then you're going to have to know which COM port is the dongle, and they'll be listed here. These days, we don't generally have a lot of things plugged in that are this type of device, so you'll probably often only have one choice. Your system IDs are private and unique to you, so you will need your ID to be here. There are two different ways you can set that up. We'll deal with it in detail separately. But you can load an ID file that you get from us. Just email us and ask us, or we may have provided it when you first bought your system. And otherwise, you can put a device in the public ID and read your private IDs out. This is all because every system, your project, has numeric codes that belong only to you, so the software doesn't know what they are till it learns them. So now with these settings on screen and done correctly, we can click any other tab and watch the configuration happen. And this LED switches from being solidly on to blinking. And over on connected devices, the blue LED, in fact, was solidly on until it connected, and now it's blinking. So these are between devices that are remote. This one's powered by a battery. This is a DMX4 DIMM, and here's my dongle. Really important. If these two things are both blinking, you have an active working network. If you're not seeing one of them or both of them blinking, there's a problem. Maybe the IDs are not matched. Maybe that's the only reason I could think of. Maybe it's out of range if you're working with a prop that's very far away. Now we have a working connection, and I can go and read the device. That's spooling in a whole lot of information. Here is the model. It is firmware version 77. Serial number unique to every device. These are your system IDs. And over in settings, all kinds of useful information. Advanced settings for modes, PWM frequency, and we have a virtual console where we can make dimmers go up and down and kind of light stuff. Look, there we go, working that first dimmer on that 4-dim. So that's how we do all of this, get started and make a connection using our typical dongle the easy way. And now in the next tutorial, I'll show you what to do when you don't have a dongle.